All right. Good morning, everyone. So let's go straight into our Figma. Please ignore whatever you're looking at on my screen. We delve straight into Figma. I hope we're all able to get a good night rest. From my own end, I definitely will still do well with some sleep, but oh well. It is what it is. How was everyone's night? So today I'm just finishing up this, and then I can add the color uniformly inside the Figma once we are done with the token. That's the same as I just started with this. I should have completed it yesterday like I promised, but man, was I tired. I was really, really tired. So I had to just take some time off and then rest. But yeah. So today we continue as promised. And let's see how far we can go. I'm just using this opportunity to sort of wait for people to come in before we fly up ahead, before we move with speed. Good morning, everyone. Once we hit the certain number I'm hoping we get to now, we just go straight to feedback. And then we go and comment the real work there. Okay, this is good enough. By the way, I cleaned everything we did yesterday to a very large extent. Everything is different now. But so I think we can start. So yeah, everything is fairly different now. Yeah, let's just leave this. I'll come back to the colors. No, I'm not coming back to the colors. We actually need the colors now. So today we are going directly into our Figma. We are going to name this instant find dot me. Okay, so did someone say good morning, United States of America? All right, so we are about to start frame. And so this is going to be Figma community plugin file banner. Yeah, so then we just bring in our, let me just do this first because I know Figma treats this files. Going to treat it like an image. Yes, not an image. semi-bold, italic, and then we'll reduce the tracking, and then go to the axis again, to the variable front axis, and then increase the soft. I think 50, yeah, 50 is good. Is it 50? So yeah, I've started, by the way. So 50 is, yeah, 50 is good. Because we have to move fast today. I've finished, I've wrapped up. Is this recorded? I don't think so. But the last video is still up. The name of the font is Francis. Francis is someone already added it inside the Discord channel. It's called Francis. Okay, so instant find. Piece it together. That's why I like genuinely like using logo text that can be easily reconstructed. In case of anything being missing, you have no problem whatsoever. You can just easily reconstruct. I'm really a fan of it. Logo text that you can just easily reconstruct. It's part of the things I really, really like. All right, so plug in file cover. Good. All right, so let's now go inside. There are some things we are going to skip, but there are some things we won't skip. I'm not going to show you how to do a documentation work. And the reason why I can't do that is it will take a lot of time. There's nothing wrong in it taking time, but this class will not wrap up in record time if we the class are recorded. That's my point. So yeah, so for most instances, these are color. Did I say class are recorded? There are some things we won't do. I'll skip through, but stay with me. This is so we are working with HSL color scheme, and then I will explain why. But before that, there are some things we need to do, and then that's let me explain the HSL color scheme to you and why I use a particular plugin. So you see this color? Can you all see this color? Yes, you can. If I want to now this is HSL is you saturation and lighting, I guess. I think so. It's been a minute. Hue, saturation, and lighting. That's the meaning of HSL, I guess. Someone should confirm. Someone should confirm to be sure I'm not saying the wrong thing. So if you check, I'm always on HSL. Hue, saturation. Okay, I'm correct. Hue, saturation, and lightness. Not lightning, lightness. So hue, saturation, and lightness. So if you take this and adjust it, you are adjusting how bright or dark this is. So it is moving along. Let me see if I can zoom in. Oh, sorry, the wrong thing is zooming. It is you are adjusting movement along this axis. Don't manually do it in a stepwise manner. That's why I prefer using this a lot. I prefer this a lot. It makes my designs consistent. So if I say, if I take 10 away, sorry, 59 minus 10, you see it becomes darker. If I come here and say 59 plus 10, it will become what? Lighter. Can you see it? And so it allows you move along the same color. You are moving along the same color intensity, whether it is you are increasing the intensity or reducing the intensity, but you are moving along the same color nonetheless. So please always use HSL. We are better off that way. It also allows you this is how I generate my color scheme anyway. It allows colors to be thoroughly consistent. which I'm a big fan of. So I come here and then I say color shade. I just come and pick my colors. Can you see it here? And voila, there you have it. We have for then let's do this to color shade. We have for that. At least when you understand that, it will be easy for you to manually generate your color scheme without requiring a plugin. So the goal is that everything a plugin can do, to be honest, you also should be able to do it to a large extent. So if there is no plugin or you are dealing with another system entirely, it might be a lot of work, but it will not be a struggle for you to create your own color scheme, or you will know how color schemes are being generated. I'm saying it because a lot of people are wickedly, dangerously dependent on what's it called? On plugins so much, they don't even know what the plugin is doing or why the plugin is doing what it is doing. So please always remember that it's quite important that we always know how the color scheme doing the work is like, how is it doing the work, which work is it doing, and why. So if you check, by the time you know the difference between 5 and 4, you will know the step with which it is moving. So let's keep at it. The day is still young and there's still a lot to do. I think blue is our primary color, but let's not worry too much about that. I have my particular shade of gray that I absolutely love, but F7, F6, I'm coming. 93, 93. Don't worry. We have two background color, white and black. They're called our base color. I just want to get our shade of gray that we're going to use now. Let me be sure it gives me exactly what I'm looking for. This with a bit of blue in it. So let me turn to blue and come here. Just hold on. I'm trying to get the right shade of gray, my lovelies. I'm coming. Okay, so let me see what do you have for me? The contrast is terrible. This is not it. Okay, is this it? These are the issues. Is this it? Let me be sure, please. Up a bit. Okay, sorry. What I'm doing is, the closer my gray is to white, the more I get very subtle grays that I need. You guess for Windows it will be what? Okay, that's not for me, I believe. So 0.51, 1.52. Okay, yeah, this is closer to what I'm looking for. All right, yeah. So we have our base color, and what is our base color? We have black and white. So this is black, and this, my friend, is white. So this is our base color. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, shall we begin? Yes. So what will happen? You know what? Let me screenshot this and send it on the Discord channel. Does that make sense? But so we can work together. I will screenshot and drop it on the Discord channel. But the small but is that, look at the specific, just take the reason I'm also preserving, so you can have the color scheme. Look at the specific colors I'm going to pick out. But I've taken the screenshot. Where's my Discord? My Discord is here. I'm dropping it. If you're on Discord, you see it now. And here you all go. So it's on Discord general. I hope the quality is still intact. All right. Nonetheless, let me just go back to the. Please just give me a minute. I'm looking for my. Okay, yeah. Back to. Okay, so yeah. It's already in the Discord channel. Please just acknowledge when you see it. So let me move on now. So we have our now the reason why I like these colors and the reason why we're using these colors is that for the most part, I should have showed you why I chose this color. Let me show you. Yeah, I know I did not mention it earlier, but my selection of color is usually very tricky. Tricky in the sense that colors are tricky rather. The reason why I choose these colors is because I already think of two things: light mode and dark mode. I know I've said it before, but when you choose colors, you must choose colors that can work on both. Let me just do this. This both should be rectangles. So I want to show you how this is very important. If you choose a color or primary color, always do this. If you don't do this, well, it's really just an advice. But yeah, you are saving yourself and the dev a lot of work. Can you see this? Sorry, let me zoom in. I keep forgetting that I'm presenting, and you all can't see my screen at the same scale I'm seeing it. Can you see the colors work well on light and dark mode without you needing to tint or change the other? Can you all see it? So these are reasons why you must be intentional with the colors you choose or with the colors you are working with, because they have to work on both sides. If they don't work on both sides, you will now have to be doing a variation for this, which is double work. So if this works on both ends, whichever hue or shade you move around, we also work on both ends. But just stick with me. We are moving fast today, please. So I needed to point that out. Just take your colors and see. This orange, this red, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. If it's not there, it's not there. So let's come here. Variables. I'm going inside my variables now. I'm not necessarily creating. Come again. Let me see. Let me try it. Someone said it's not sure the orange works well on the dark background. Where is the orange? This is yellow. This is yellow, I believe. 500. This is it. Can you see it? Our contrast is intact. Can you see it? I've done this already before we even started class anyway. I needed to be sure. So we don't go back and forth on just trying to get the right color balance. All right. I know says it works. The jury agrees. Okay, back to. Okay, so let's move on now. So let's start. We will, I usually don't need the 100. I don't need the FFF. So I usually start from 50. So let's start. The thing about design is that if someone cooks nonsense, okay, she said my Figma camera. Someone just recommended using colorable to check for contrast. Come on, people no plugin like crazy. Okay, so we start with colors, and then we rename this. We rename this. Stay with me. What we are calling this is our primitives, not tokens. This is the standard way to go about it, by the way. This is primitives, not tokens. I'm being as professional can be. Like I am being as professional can be. But yeah, when I say I'm being as professional, I'm not just even saying nice things. Look, I've zoomed in. I hope you can see clear now. This is primitives. So we are starting with colors in our primitives. So So let's start, shall we? Again, this is our primitives. I hope you are with me. Okay, so let's start. I don't want you to get confused, so please follow me one step after the other. It's so strange working in zoomed in at this point. So just I'll be zooming in and back. So we'll start with this. This is just give me a minute. It's so it's so strange working at this speed. Okay, so this is blue 50. I just take a 0 to the back. So this is blue 05, but I will call it blue 50. It makes things incredibly easy for the naming. So we'll come here and say blue 50, and this is it. So I just shift enter to create a lot of dummy values of it down. Are you with me? Okay, so blue 50, then blue. Remember, this will be blue 100, blue 150. Always ensure you have your 50, your 150 in between. Don't just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you see it now. Blue 200. We have a lot to cover today, so I'll be moving fast as I'm talking. 300. Stay with me, please. 400. 500. 600. Even if you will not use it, just have it. 700. Have it up until your 800 or 850, depending on your use case. But most times for me, 800 is enough. You can do 850 too. I honestly don't mind, as long as your use case permits. 850. Then, ladies and gentlemen, 900. The more the merrier. Okay, so what's the value for 900? 05 1533. What's the value for 850? 0820. Yes, because they are primitive, Amarachi. That's why I said we are moving fast. There are some decisions I'll be making on my feet. As I'm thinking on my feet, by the way. That's what I mean. That will only make sense in retrospect when we go further. I really should not be doing this. I hate so I can move faster. These are primitives. They are primitives, not token. Stay with me. They are not what you will use, but they are the foundation. These are your micro foundations. Just hold on. That's why I said today is work and war actually. And we are almost done. Almost done. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our blue ready. Okay, so next thing we have is what do we have? We are creating another one. See, please stay with me. We have named this what? What did we call? Now do this. Let's do this so it will be clear to you what I'm about to do. Is it zoomed in enough? Is it zoomed in enough? So you now say you are creating. Please just stay with me. Can you see? Is this zoomed in enough? Can you see this? Even if you have your brand color, just put it inside your primitives. They are your primitives. What you're calling brand color are still your primitives. I'm going professional as professional can be. Don't worry. And you need to learn it this way and make it a habit. Okay, so can you see this? Is it zoomed enough? Yeah, it is. Now I'm saying I take all of this and I say new group with selection. And then what's the new group name? I'm calling this one what? Blue. So we'll say IF blue, instant find blue. Well, you can just say blue. Anyone, any color you want to give it, but I'll just call this blue. I hope that's fine. You will now come here and then say create color again. No, not here. Not here, sorry. Delete this. Did I just delete the wrong thing? Okay. Okay, so this is under our, we have named this yes, sorry, color. Yeah, actually, yeah, thank you. So we will now go again. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have next after blue? Primitives are like block, Emmanuel. That's so nice. What do we have after blue, please? We have what? Red. It's so easier to just be reading the chat and be working. So we'll say red. What again? 50. Remember what we start with? Where is it? I'm so not used to working Zoom. I'm sorry, please don't give me a minute. What just went wrong now? Okay. Let me. People are moving fast. So someone is already in the yellow. Okay, so we have red 50. So let's shift. How many did we do? How many did we do here? We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we say red 50, then red, what again? One red 100, red. What's red 50? So that will not be working twice. What's red 100? Beautiful. People are already explaining it clearly in the chat, so people can all get what is being said, which is nice actually. 150, please. What did I use for 100? Okay, there are two different things. Let me be sure I'm not there. 200. When you start dealing with a project of a very, very large scale, like I just concluded, there is no way you will not do this, and you will see why. The developer himself will curse you that please, no matter how much of a part the person is to you, he will curse you, and I'm not capping, because they will say how how do you want me to handle all of this without um without talking? So please, you will definitely do this. That's why this part, as boring as it may seem, is very, very important. Very, very important. Because when you start working or doing projects of large scale, this is what you are going to need to create. All right. So go please. So what we have now, uh, what we have now, we have our red. If this is okay, if this is new to you, just let me know in the chat. Not that we do anything about it, but yes, just let me know. Right click and then new group with selection. We'll call this red. Go back to all variables and then we'll create new variable again, color. And then we start all over again. Which color are we dealing with now? If it's new, that's why I keep that's why I see just listen. The thing that is new to you is not yet this, is when I continue further. I'm not even capping. And that's why I'm in the Discord. Yeah, thank you for that. In the Discord, engage people. There are people who are willing to break things down. There are people who probably will have another meeting on top of this meeting. Who will gladly explain and break things down for that to you. It's not just me that have to do all the teaching. So yeah, that is if you are not proud and think your colleagues should not be explaining things to you. There are people I'm sure yellow. Everybody say yellow. Interesting. There are people who I'm sure would gladly explain things better to you, who will break things down further. So please engage them in the channel. There are people who send resources for you to, even videos for you to watch and all of that. So again, if it's new to you, it's normal. There's nothing wrong with experiencing new things. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. So again, like I said, if it is new to you, the new thing I've never even got in there, don't worry. 200, 300. This is the real thing we came here for. So let's just stick to it. 500. What's 900? Yellow is such a difficult color, sir. If you don't know how to use it well, it can be such a difficult color. Even people that are so-called pros, I see their yellow highlights sometimes and I just find that if I comment on this thing publicly, I will be labeled an hater. There's no way about it. People will think I have ulterior motive towards this person. Like you just see some yellow on the timeline. Highlight color will embarrass you. Not humble, they will embarrass you, especially your yellow and your green when you don't handle it well. Most yellows are meant to be thicker or darker, but they are too light. But I mean, a lot of people would rather go for technical accuracy over optimal balance. They just want to be sure they followed it in the same manner that it is. Sometimes you will darken your yellow more than the rest. If your like your yellow 200 will be darker than most other 200 colors. Why? Because that yellow is hard on the eyes if it is not clearer. But like I said, most times I see it and I just pass. I tell myself, just wave and smile, boys. Wave and smile. Nobody put a gun to your head that you must comment on everything. It's an incredibly difficult color, and I'm not even being modest about it. Okay, again, new group selection, and then we see yellow. Okay, so now we have yellow, we have red, we have blue group. They are also, but if you tap on all variable, you see everything. Error. Where did this XX come from? Did I just duplicate instead of delete? Thank you. Okay, so let's keep at it. Our next color is purple. No, you can actually use yellow, but there are just some places you shouldn't use the yellow and some app you shouldn't use yellow for. If your app will be used in the sun, try not to use yellow, please. If it's like a ride hailing share app or something people generally will use in open spaces, not a fintech app that most people use in a closed or in an enclosed area, just avoid yellow. That thing that they say yellow, the person who sang it know what he saw. Your eye will pee, bro. It's looking nice because you are inside a building with high resolution screen. Go outside inside the sun, bro. Everything is white. Literally everything is white. Terrible contrast. And even at that, there are some. Yes, we are about to do create new variable color. Yeah, let me work as I'm talking. Purple. There are just a lot of our people post on the internet, and you can just tell that this one has fallen into the trap. It takes time for you to notice it that yellow is quite a difficult color to use. Yellow, orange, they can be difficult. If not, orange can be too much on the intensity side. Yellow most time is too much on the not intense enough side. Shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right. 150. If there's a way to just run this thing manually, but there isn't, automatically. I don't like drudgery like this, but no, it's a small price to pay to avoid the coming back here and also to do the right thing. So you get to see it. I will have just imported ASCP 600, 700. Using yellow highlight is where the real trick is. Like once you're able to use yellow highlight, you have become the best of the best. Even me, I run away from. Yellow highlight is tricky. I'm saying that even designers I hold in high regard fall into that error. Only one person I have seen uses it too, and is this untitled design person. He does it well. Yeah, I know he does it well. Other than him, most of the other yellow you see from folks is really not it. I'm not saying generally for everybody. I mean yellow used as what's it called? As highlights generally, not as primary color. As highlights, you. I saw a friend designing with it and I just smiled. Baba said you can't shame the shameless. Yellow is our brand color. There is no running away from it. The only place yellow is good without question is on MTN dark mode. Other than that, please don't try it though. Even MTN, see how difficult yellow is and use their color. Use black as their primary color, moving away from yellow. So it's universally acknowledged. The only place you really enjoy. Oh boy. Okay, so let me just do this. I missed one. Okay, so we have purple. I hope I did not miss anything. I will do a lot of things manually on this call for the sake of people who are here. So there's there's nothing wrong with plugins. So I beg you, but know how to do your things manually first. I'm saying it because it is not the time you have the luxury of plugin, and sometimes you need to adjust or edit what has been done. So I'm saying that because I think there is a plugin for all of this. Even at that, know how to do your things manually. All right, so let me go. Let me go back to all and create color again. Yeah, they are scalable exactly. They are. No, I'm not asking you to move away from plugin. If you are just starting, try not to be too dependent on plugin. It's like someone is learning to read and write and is becoming utterly dependent on LLMs. that person is already going to experience what is called cognitive atrophy. The rate at which you're able to reason critically or deal with complexity, you will become too dependent on the machines helping you carry the heavy lifting. So your neural parts that are meant to be developed, where lights are meant to shine in your head, anytime you are doing critical reasoning, will be dull in color. But for someone who is incredibly smart already, and who is matured, and who probably has done a lot of critical thinking, LLMs will scale their ability. So that's what I mean. The same thing applies to plugin. If someone who is learning design becomes too plugin dependent, it's great. You will work efficiently, you will work faster. But the problem arises when let me check. 50 problem arises when I ask you to do it without a plugin. So I'm not saying don't use plugin. Oh, please don't hear me wrong. I'm saying if you are just starting, don't be too dependent on it. If you have been designing for probably 2-3 years, plug yourself in as much as possible, as fast as possible, as efficient as possible. Why? Because without plugging, you are good. I like people doing manual work when they just start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, how many are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have been running 12, not 14. Wrong colors. So we are on green. Even green self is even green self can be tricky when not done right. Everything is just better in dark matcha. But let's move on. So green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Green 15, green 1, 50, 200, 300. We are almost there, fellas. 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. And please, I know I've missed one. Did I? 850. I know I missed one. 900. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've missed one. Have I? 50, 100. Okay, I missed 100. Shift enter. 100. And then we can take these ones out. Okay, so I'm dwelling particularly on colors early. If you don't get your primary colors right, it will show. If you go if you build tokens, you can just edit it from one source, but every other thing you will not get it right. Your primary colors need to be vibrant if that's the brand direction. I mean, and then if they are dealing with pastel, even your pastels need to be gotten right. There is a way you can just tell when the colors still need a bit more saturation. You can just tell when you see it. Don't let your design be like that. The designs you admire for their bold colors because they got the saturation right. Always get your saturation right. It can make or break the overall perception of your design. I think the class is on, you will still be on YouTube, so you can always have access to it. I'm about to enter a much more mentally demanding zone, so I'll just crave your indulgence for everyone to give me new group, green. Okay, we are almost there. We are almost there. Ladies and gentlemen, we can see the finish line. I'm trying to hold myself from laughing. You are so mean. Someone just, I didn't even read the paper. Another person said I should just keep quiet so I can walk faster. You are mean, actually. I should be collecting money at that time. So even if you insult me, at least you will have paid, and I will not mind. Oh, baby. Hold on. The danger of just pink 50 is that there are people who genuinely are just doing this for the first time. Which one do you people want me to do? People say I should not talk, and another people are saying I should talk. Let me give you people one gist. I'm not you people's papa. Who called me papa first, please? There are just some things you can't control, I swear. Okay, so someone that I was designing with was designing a calendar, and then he told me it was done, and then I said no, the calendar should have range selection. That's what we are trying to achieve. People should be able to filter their transaction based on range. And then he told me he will get back to me, that I should give him till evening. And I said, give it till evening to adjust the calendar to range selection. I don't get. Did you not design it? He said he's tired. I said, what do you mean by you're tired? Can you not just design a range selection now and just get it over with? But I don't like, I'm execution bias, so I don't like people saying we'll go and come back. It rubs off on me wrongly on something you can do now. I don't like things taking longer than they should. So I said, just work on it now while I'm on the Slack video with you. And then I was discussing with him that so that we'll know we'll not so we know it will not take long on it, things like that. And then it was then I realized that it's like you will know when you did not design something, and when he was feeling uncomfortable, and I was worried that design you just did now, why are you feeling uncomfortable? Only for me to realize that he used the community file, and then there is no range selection in the community file. And because there's no range selector in the community file, no, he didn't contract it out. In the UI kit, sorry, he used the UI kit, and there is no range selector. So he's literally, for someone who has been designing for 2 years, that's the first time he is having to manually design a range selector. He has been so used to UI kit. I said, like, I did not know I was embarrassing him. I didn't know that it was going to. I was like on the call, and two engineers were on it with us. Just design the range selector there and hand it over, and then we'll know we are not coming back to this work. He was saying he will get back. What do you mean you get back? You have stomach upset. Just do this thing now, boss, and drop it. And that was it. That was when I realized that everything he has been working on his own end has just been you for the admin dashboard. UI kit. Who is this? I know. Technology. He has been used. I swear you are distracted. Maybe I should actually stop talking. He has been working with UI kit, which is not a bad thing, but it just sounds odd. It's like a medical doctor being entirely dependent on restaurant food or fast food. It just like it just kept, you know, when someone is visibly uncomfortable that I had to turn off his camera. And I'm like, guy, what's going on? Is something going on you're not telling me? He now had to come out, send me a message that it's not in his UI kit. So my point is that he has become so deep. He literally, I told him, that was when I said, oh yeah, design it on the call. Design a whole calendar from ground up. He was saying I should send him a picture or something he can start from. My point is that you will not know. You will only, even when you get to know, it will be a little too late, and you might be embarrassed. A lot of folks don't know how to work without assistance. They just don't know yet. You have almost sacrificed your competency for speed. And I was shocked knowing that, exactly. I was shocked knowing that designers really rely heavily on UI kits. Like I was shocked knowing that if developers use UI kits, someone like Momo or other devs, it makes sense a lot to me. They are devs, they need to work faster. But designers relying on UI kits, it's like a restaurant having to buy food from other restaurants to sell, or they move it, they now buy food from Mr. Big, put it inside their own pot, mix it together, and then resell. And then when I'm telling you there's too much, something is not, bro. There's absolutely nothing wrong with UI kits for context. They help you move fast, and sometimes they even help you learn. You learn faster with UI kits because you start seeing how things were designed or put together. I don't know if that makes sense to you. You start seeing how things are designed and put together. But to have been working with UI kits for so long, you have been so used to it. He said for the past 3 years, he has just been from one UI kit to another. So he knows literally all the latest UI kits. And he knows and he reads his documentation. So he's quite savvy when he talks. But to design your own calendar with range, and you are literally, every time I don't even know if he's on this call, make I not go lose another follower. Every time I just remember it, the thing just rubs off on me wrongly that there's this dangerous dependency on UI kit and plugin. That's where I'm going. That I try to encourage people sometimes do things manually from time to time. So that cognitive skill will not atrophy. You will not become yes, so sometimes it's drudgery. I'm not going to lie, but you need that drudgery. Your neurons needs to keep that section of your brain needs to be active. So if tomorrow someone say we are not using this, there's a whole direction entirely, the first thing you will not do is to go into Figma community. Some people are more active on Figma community than their own design file because they will always need what other people have done to use as a base for them to work on. Right. So yes, the long and short is that I hope with these 3 points I'm able to convince and not confuse that plugins are great and I'll use them a lot on this work. But if you are teaching people design or dealing with people who are just learning, try. I'm not firing shot though. Why is everything? Why are you thinking life is not binary? My point is just that I'm being intentional with using as little plugin as possible. That's why I even went to describe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's why I went as far as describing HSLs to you. That plugins are great, but when you're teaching people stuff, try not allow the machines do all your work for you. All right, so we have done this. And we will call this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just do this first. Just give me a minute. Let me zoom back in. I'm almost done here. Almost. All right, let me do this. I have it in my head, so don't ask me how I know, but I have it in my head. So let me come here and say, I did not even know that there's something called GOAT component. It was the one that let me know what is called GOAT component. No, not here. So we'll say No. What we are looking at here is create collection. Um, no. Well, this is meant to be. I'll come back to this. This should be tokens. Then this is primitives. I want to put all my primitives in one place, but let me just do this. All variable. All right, let me just do this. So this is okay. Let me just do this so I don't take time. Rename colors. I just hope I'm not going to confuse anybody at the end of the day. You know what? I don't want to do. I'm not dealing with a very large. Let me rename. Let me rename it back to primitives. I'm trying to go granular, but there's no point. Let me just put all my variables in one screen. It's easier that way. For maintenance and also for numbers. So let's start. We'll call this I'll call this 8. No, let's start from 0, then 0. Stay with me. No, let me just continue. Shift, enter. So this is, stick with me, people. This is 2. Note that I am naming it the name of the value, so there will be no confusion. This part is important. 4. I'm naming it the same name with the value. 6. I'm getting to the point that you really need to see everything I'm doing. So you will not say I did something you don't understand later. I'm moving fast. I will not slow down like we did yesterday. This is the UI part. So yeah, it gives 12, 14, 16, 20. So what you are seeing is muscle memory. I've dealt with some spacing as well. That's why I'm doing this. 24. You will notice my 14, my 2, 4, 6. I don't take them out. 24. Even if I'm claiming to move by 8, which I just said now. 32, 40, 48, 56, 64. Okay, so we have our numbers. Simple. So these numbers, we'll call it new group with selection. We'll call this our spacing. Do you want to call it spacing? Numbers. Let's just leave it like that. Let's just say numbers because we are going to. So we have the most important thing we need. We have our numbers. We have our colors. Everything intact. So yes, there are usually instances where I started with 0, then 2, moved by 2, moved by 2 again, moved by 2. Before I now started saying, okay, another 2 here. I intentionally with 10, 12. If you notice, it was 2 to probably around here. Then I switched to 4. Do you get my point? Then when we got here, I switched to 8. Yeah, so I'm working with muscle memory. I know the number by heart. So I'm making it as robust as possible. So we'll not have to come here and edit and create another one and stuff. That's why I'm doing this. I'm actually moving fast because I said all of my tokens should have been done. All my primitives should have been done by now. So I moved with all these numbers, let me come to numbers. I moved 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I didn't do 18. So I've done this like repeated it a long time. So I've known that you are better off 2 first, then 4, then 8. As it gets bigger, the gap increases. But yeah, let's now come here and say, so there are some things we are going to do very shortly. So we will not gamble on our token. And I don't want to deceive anybody here. What we have done so far is primitives. What we are going to start now is tokens. Do we get it? Color. What we have done is primitives, but what we want to do is tokens. So we will, if you notice, this naming was given the literal naming. So let me go back. Let me zoom out. We want to quickly clear out some things so you can see what I'm doing. By the way, it's now here. If you design anything, let me zoom in, and you come to your field, you can see the colors you have created. You can also see, if you come to your numbers, probably here, you can see them, all the numbers you have created. But we'll come back to this. Hey, sorry, I did not zoom in, but I hope you can all see this. You don't think 18 is viable? So now let's come to the real work. We have to be extremely careful with the work we're about to do. So this is the real work frame. Let's call 16 pro. I'll have to stop presenting so I can pick an asset that we'll use here, which is the I'll have to pick. Just give me a minute. Let me stop presenting so I can just go and pick this so you can see. Just give me a minute. We can use the exact stuff at the top, just the dynamic island. Just the dynamic island. All right. Can you all see it? Yes, you can. All right. So let me continue. So there are some things we can quickly start adjusting. And what are those things we can quickly start adjusting? I need you to stay with me. It is very, very important that you stay with me. So you don't gamble with your let me zoom in now. All right. So we are now going to do aliases. So we'll call this what? Background primary, or like I like to do, surface primary. The naming convention is entirely your prerogative. This is whatever works for you. This is your own decision to make, not mine. Whatever works for you, great. This is it's your battle to fight, not me. So you will come here and say the color should be create alias. Can you see it? I really hope for people who say they are just learning this, I hope you are seeing what I'm doing. And don't get too carried away. So you can follow me. Did we do our Did we do our base white and black? Did we? No, we didn't. No, we didn't. So let's quickly do that. It's just basic white and black color. White. Black. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll call this base. Base. Okay, so token. So I like pure black. Me, I like pure black as background color. That is my preference. It's not a rule. Some people like some shade of. I like it because it makes your OLED screen shine. It shows that if you're using a high resolution phone, it makes it come out well. That's my. That's why I like it. Not necessarily because you have to use pure black. Some people use. Some people like charcoal black. Some people they take their black from the they take the lowest, the darkest shade of their primary color. People like Wise, even the current platform I'm using. So, but I like pure black because when you're on pure black, your OLED screen sort of, if you're using a screen that's OLED, it comes out. It's like Twitter black. I believe you get my point. Pure black, yes, you are safer if you don't use pure black, but at some point you will break all of those rules. Let's just leave it like that. So surface, use your alias. Pure white. Surface. Okay, so why am I instinctively always doing that? Surface, pure white. Good. So we did not do one more. I knew something is missing. Sorry, my mind has been running around. I knew something is missing. We need to do modal color. Sorry. And the modal color has to be distinct. It has to be a color, except we are not dealing with modals, and we are dealing with modals. No, I'm on free users. We are going to assign color rules, but we have to have the primitives for those colors. Why am I saying that? This gray that we have done, I cannot use one of this gray as modal color. Why? Because I may end up using some of this gray on a text or an asset, and it will get lost on the modal if we use one of these primitive color on our modal. So it's best practice to ensure that literally best to ensure that whatever modal color you are using is a distinct modal color that probably no asset or no file will use, no other asset or token will use. You are safer that way. That's the point I've been trying to make. So we may end up doing gray 1000 or just do another neutral color. We need to use something that is dark enough but not pure black so that the contrast can still be preserved on so we'll use this gray 950 will work in our own case. We are going with gray 950 because I'm using pure black as the background. So I really hope you get my point anyway. Our real work is really just about to start. Okay, so gray 950. So gray will have one more. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's move on. I should not overthink it. So yes, we have surface. Then this is surface. The other surface I need use cases for naming it, like parts of the screen is surface and so on. Yes. You can always ask ChatGPT. I don't want to be lazy. I don't want to give you a lazy response, but modal surface modal, anyone you like. When I put surface like this, I know exactly what I am doing. So it makes things incredibly easy for me to work with. Surface modal, yes, then I'm about to do some things that is not encouraged. My typography, but stay with me. I need to work on the type too, but Stay with me. You know what? Let me just go and do it so I don't want to take you out of this. We missed the A on surface. Oh, thank you. We need to work on the type too, or not the type I'm going to use. Okay. And I don't want to break context, because it is when I work on that type, it allows me, I'm about to do, I know the type scale I will use in my head. You know what? For the kind of app we are working on. So I hope you will understand when I start moving fast. And then we can always come here to change things. So don't worry. There are just some basic things we will do very quickly. So I don't want to break context. So I won't have to come back here and then be completing what I started. Surface. So we'll call this button primary. Button primary, we will use I would like us to use gray now for our button primary. Then all right, so let's move on. I probably might not track the chart so I can move faster. I'm just saying. So you might just notice that I go quiet and I continue working. Button primary, button secondary. We will test this out, but I don't mind using the 150. We can always change it. Button primary text. Pure white. Button secondary text. Pure. How do we have two black, please? That's an error. Base. Thank you. I probably will come back and explain that to you. So someone is asking what's the distinction between tokens and primitive. This is tokens now. I will explain. Some people use what I call primitive and call it token, but I will never encourage it. If you are dealing with, I like to call tokens. Okay, Emmanuel has explained it, but I would like to call tokens. Surface model, yes, is white. Surface model has to be white, but we'll come out. Don't worry. When we get to those places, all of you understand. Some things are a matter of time. If I would like to describe them to you, primitives are your micro foundations. Tokens are your foundation. Tokens are the things that makes up your primitives are what makes up your tokens. And the reason why I'm going with this approach, you will see, if you go and use your primitive directly, no, you will understand. Just relax. Yes. So if tomorrow, now stay with me, if, for example, you used probably one of the brand colors that is part of your primitives, assigned it a style in your token. Are you with me? I hope you are not lost, because my answer has to be on my laptop now. If you assign it a style in your token and say, oh, this one should be used for button, they are used for buttons color. Tomorrow, if that brand color changes or improves, you will not need to tamper with your tokens. Do you know what you need to go and tamper with? You need to go and adjust the primitives that form the tokens. Again, it's a well, when you say the semantic approach, I'm a bit lost. Tosin, can you explain further so I can? It's the same thing. Generating style, you are just moving faster. This allows me control. That's why I'm doing this. This allows me for more control. That's why I'm doing this. I'm saying more control because generating your own style, you are working with, you see that you're working with the plugin, and sometimes to a large extent, the plugins predefine things for you. Yes, tokens are basically shaped from primitives. I'm sure there are people in the group chat who also answer some of your questions, so I don't spend long on it. But my point is that you use the bag, you assign a style or a name into a particular primitive and say this purple 500 is our background color for our primary buttons, or is the primary button color. Yes, we are going to do that too. It's our primary button color. If tomorrow they said that primitive, yes, is the singular. Thank you, Fanny. Some of you are asking questions that, yes, for primitive colors you are using in your token, how do you know which to assign to your button and all? Is there a muscle memory actually? What you are seeing play out also is muscle memory. So I'm not entirely sincere with my approach. Muscle memory. I know that I don't want to use pure black on my button. That's why I'm going for the gray around it. So some things are not set in stone. That's why I'm careful with not using tools. So you don't think that this is how it is always meant to be. You have a great degree of flexibility. Someone is even confusing people for that. I say just like API and API keys to designers. No. So yeah, it allows for flexibility, and that's why I'm also doing my naming by myself. I'm not really working with. I can work with plugin if probably I'm moving fast, but with you, I'm being intentional with know how to do these things from here, and I don't want to use pure black. Tomorrow I can come back and say, oh, my button primary, I don't want it to be green, I want it to be pure black. And I can just come and take base color here and use it as my, there are no rules to it. Do you get my point? There are literally no rules to it. If I say, those buttons are not giving me the kind of contrast I want to see, then I can come and select the color I want. So process tokens, yeah, probably like that. Process tokens, if you call it that way. So when you assign a style to, or when you say all of these things, this is what they do, you are already calling them token. So Chizaram has already answered. Okay, all right. Now let me continue. So I've moved on already. Primary button text, primary button secondary text. I've done the text for both, and then I'll go further again and say, let me just go. Button danger. Button danger. Away. Did you do our red? We have green, but do we have red? I think we have red now. We have red. Oh yeah, we have red. We have red. That was a close one. Button danger, red. So let's move on. We will move further. So I just remember that we had red. Sorry. Thank you. Then button danger text. Button danger text. So we would call it white. Should be white. And then so I'm moving everybody should slow down. Someone say, how about our over color on app? We'll do hover color for web. I'm coming. You don't hover on your app. We are starting with the app, but except you're already going far thinking into the web. Yes, we are still going to get there. Yes, I should be able to share it. So there's no hover color for an app, please. There's nothing like hovering on an app. But except you're thinking far ahead into the web and how the web will operate, then that makes a lot of sense. And that I should have done it, I should have just written some of these things down, so I will save all of you the trouble here. So we'll say we are using people should stop laughing at people, so people don't feel embarrassed. So we'll have our colors and then colors, colors. You people are mean. Did someone just say press color? Amarachi. I was thinking the web. Okay, all right, that works then. Uh, except Amarachi, you mean active state, not press color, because I don't know what you mean by press color. Do you mean when you tap the button and then it becomes active? Just hope you are not. I hope people are not. You are not throwing jabs at each other, because at this point, I don't understand whether it's a genuine question or people are making fun of each other. Oh well, so let's move on. We'll now say, so we are going to do when tapped. We'll do that too for the primary text. Okay, so I will arrange them to accordingly. Selected. Few people are mean. All right, so person will teach you how for this class. Your eye will sleep, bro. So button. We have done our button primary. Now we'll do button primary. Inactive or deactivated. What you are calling tab is button primary active when you tap on it. So we'll come here. When you tap on it, it gets base, So we use gray what? 900. Then we'll now use gray 850 now. So that when you tap it, it gets lighter a bit. Like that. Then button, no, this is for active, sorry. Then inactive or disabled. Disabled would clearly say what we are doing. It needs to really faint out. Something around 150. If it is not, it needs to show very poor contrast. The reason why I said danger is that we'll use that red in a lot more places. Anything you like, you name it. So yeah, so let's move on a bit. We are almost there. We're almost there. Let me arrange this accordingly so it doesn't get lost. We have button primary text. Text should let them follow themselves so that they will know all text. It's a naming, whatever naming convention works for you. That's fine. All right, so let's now start taking our brand colors, the colors themselves. So we will say color, purple spot, this, then like that. Let me just do that. My head is running, sorry. I'm trying to do this while ensuring that people hear what I'm saying. So we'll say our primary brand color is blue. So we'll say spot. We are using blue generally. So we'll say spot 50. Is that blue? 50. Then spot 100. That's 100. spot 150, no, spot 200, then spot 500. I'm not Papa or Abraham. I'm just saying, you think that is standing like joke. Don't get used to it though. Okay, spot 500. Okay, then we will now do so yeah, that's our primary color. Then we need to do two things. We have done our spot, then highlight. Green 50. You will come to appreciate this later, but let's continue. Highlight green 50. We are doing it for everything, by the way. Then highlight green. We are doing highlight for everything. Highlight green 50, highlight green 100. You will realize why I call it highlight. I mean later, that will be 500. Highlight purple 50. We are there. Yellows. Yellow 50. Do not be surprised if I come back to this yellow and I change it. It's meant to be purple. Okay, so just to keep the naming convention the same. Yellow 50, yellow 100. This will be yellow 600. Don't ask me why. We may come back to change this. Are you lost? No. Spot means primary, yes. Generally, when you see spot, you are just dealing with the primary color. When you say spot, you are dealing with the primary color. Or with the primary colors. 50, 500. So I don't confuse you. But if I were talking to an engineer, it will not even matter whatever I call it. It's just for him to see the token. I might use 600 just for context, but I'll come back to this. I'm trying to ensure people are not too far. We have done green. So what are the colors we have done? Green, purple, yellow. Which color have we not done? Pink. Again, yes. The naming, if you want to use primary instead of sports, that's you. It will not matter. Again, don't. That's the thing funny with rules. Don't trap your, if whatever works for you, works for you. I've been using sports for a very long time. That's why I just mentally I'm very comfortable just saying sports. We'll do pink and red now. Red is far more easily. Let's just use red and move on. The naming is whatever works for you. Do you get it? But there are still conventions around you. Don't go and name something that you hand out to engineer and you'll be wondering, what do you mean here? The reason why I'm not too quick to say secondary. Yes, that in fact, thank you very much. This is why I can't use the word secondary. This question you asked just anticipated what I was about to say, is that if you are dealing with multiple brands inside one asset and you need to create one giant library of their variable, you cannot be saying brand one, secondary color. this brand 2. Just call it highlights and slap the color on top of it. It reduces the length of your naming. But yeah, like I said, there are no pressure to these things. And I really will I strongly suggest you use your agency from time to time about your decisions, not just outsourcing them. We are almost done because we need to validate everything we have done. So we are almost done. We have not done pink, and then we will now do the text. And some things are thoroughly opinionated. They are thoroughly opinionated in the fact that the way some people will go about it is different. I work with a senior colleague. I don't use senior on people recklessly. He's senior to me in every respect. Every respect. If you see his naming, Baba believes that if I tell you his naming, you probably, sorry, nobody here knows this, so I'll say, but I won't say what would give him away too easily. The day I saw his naming, I asked him why does he name it like that. He said he has worked too long with engineers and it's just easier for them to translate it into code. It's completely different from this. It's even completely different from everything Figma has said. It works at IBM. He said for the scale of work you do at IBM, that is faster that way. My namings are lengthy, by the way. His namings are not this length for a very large file. So I'm just saying that we are entering opinionated regions. So I'm careful not to say, oh, this is how it must always be. If for you secondary works better, use secondary. Have I done blue? Blue too is part of it. Okay, so I've not done blue. I'll do blue now, and then we are done. Blue. Blue 50. This is the foundations we are going to be moving with. That's why I seem as though we are taking long. But we are moving fast. Yes, I'm on track. I had anticipated that 500. Okay, all right. So now we will do, yes. Yes, if you are dealing with multi-brand, you people don't get tired with your banter, I swear. Each one is in that senior, another senior the inside. And these guys been working at IBM since forever. So IBM deals with multiple brands, but their primary color is blue. So it was on his own file I saw that he just names everything highlights. Highlights, but it doesn't call it highlights. It just say HLGT. And I told him what does HLGT means. He said it highlights. So it highlights the color itself and then the color level, the numbering patterns they use. So highlight the color, and then the numbering pattern. So you can have highlight alone is like 40 colors. Do you get my point? So it saves him the trouble of saying Watson, color brand, this what's it called? Landing page, color brand, this. It just says highlight. So spots, you know, when you see spots, you know it's dealing with primary color. But like I said, it's shared semantics. The designers, the engineers, they know what they know how they communicate. And that's why I said I'm careful to repeat it again, because I know most people think, not us, but most people think in binary. For them, it's just 1 and 0. If it doesn't say this, then it meant this. If it says this, then it means not this. It can be both, it can be the same. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. I'm just saying highlights sound more efficient. So you don't have to be saying, not just because you are dealing with multiple brands, but because they can keep infusing more colors. Ask the stupid question, AJ1732. I'm about to continue. Just 5 minutes. Ask the stupid question, AJ1732. Before you go ahead asking, while I'm waiting for you to ask. So, what if you give me feedback? What are the scale of, for people who are used to it, what are the scale of typography you work with? What are the type headings you work with? Highlight colors are secondary colors, but in most cases they help you with highlighting things in the app. I'll come to that part. They are used for they are usually used for chips they are used for. And then because of the kind of app we are working for. So for example, now in this case, because of the kind of app we are working with, AJ, it's going to be an app that will have you build your CV. Do you get my point? And then see how many people build your CV online. It's literally just text. We are not really allowing for images, just your PFP and then text, your work experience. So it's like read CV, but we are just giving you tracking possibilities. So tracking possibilities, and with that, so the tracking will have a badge around it. Badge, chips. So highlight and highlight really helps us with those. We want to highlight things. I'll show you when we actually start designing, so you can see that wasn't a stupid question, by the way. So so let's do our text colors now. Shall we? We'll say display. There's display 01. Even if you still don't get me, don't worry. You need not fake it, AJ. When we get there, you will see how all of this makes sense when we start designing. You may not have noticed, but nah, let me leave the gist alone. Let us continue. So display 01, highlight and create alias, and then we'll say display 01 is pure black. Then display 02. Where's our color again? We start picking from, where's our gray? 900. Then stay with me, please. Heading 1. I would have loved to do something, but it's not for this class. Let's not. Heading 1. Let's not jump the gun. Heading 1 2 should be 900. Heading 2. Then this is 850. Heading 3. $852. And then subtext. We'll have just one subtext. Error. Please, just hold on. Please, just hold on. I'm sending someone. Okay, so let's continue. So we have subtext. You know, most heading text you see have riders. So so then we have body copy or just body, whichever one works for you. And then we like our body to be 700. We can always change it, by the way. So you need not, even if it seems like you're gambling, you need not bother. So we have meta. You have meta text or meta copy, anyone. I'm coming, sorry. I'm seeing the app in my head. So I'm looking at all the things we are going to do. I'm sorry, please just give me a minute. Subtext, body. Let's just say meta text. It's easier that way. Meta 01. Let me not gamble it. Meta 01 should be lighter. Then Meta O2. Same thing. Meta O3. All right, I think we are good. We are almost done. The reason why, yes, why not group those tokens into different categories for text, button, border, strokes, etc. Yes, I would have, I should have, but I'm trying to, you know what, let me just follow your advice. I think that's faster that way for a lot of people to be able to see. The reason why I'm being careful is because they are all colors. They are all colors. That's why, but I think I sort of get your point. So buttons, I like to list my tokens out like this so I can always see it. But the reason why there's superior argument to your the font, the type, the type itself, we have to carry a color. All these button styles, they have to carry a color. Do you get my point? Omawumi. The reason why we have, I hope I've answered your question. Now, when we have these colors, don't confuse it. The texts are not going to be the same. Meta 1, 2, 3 is going to be smaller. The reason why it's okay. Okay, yeah, I think Kems she has answered your question. The colors can be the same, and the reason why the colors cannot be different is that you will look like though you are giving different color, but you have not considered whether it will even be readable. So those are the things you must really always consider. Okay, all right, I think we are almost done. I want to be sure I'm not missing anything. Then let's now go to our icons. Then there's nav icon. Sorry, icon nav. I would like it to be really dark. 800. If it's not, we'll come back and adjust it. Icon nav active. Icon nav inactive. It can be disabled. It can only be inactive. This has to be really like. Now, this is because we know what we are. This color, what I'm doing is because I do know how it to behave. I really hope I'm not confusing anybody. But oh well, let's just keep at it. Then one more. We'll call this spot icon. It will need some icon spots. Everyone who is capable here is my peer, by the way. That's why I said in the group chat. Sorry, on what's it called, on Discord. Ask as many questions as possible. Reach out to people in their DM. Tell them to help you out and all. It makes things incredibly easy for everyone. It also reduces 1,000, 1,000 people ask, even 1,000 is still, even 200 asking questions simultaneously can be overwhelming. So yes, please take advantage of everybody. I change what, please? Let's do this first. Come again. Yes, you can call it caption, you can call it meta. Some people say caption text, the meta text. I'm trying to, yes, some meta. Have you heard of Muniru, meta copy or meta text, caption text? Some people call them explainer text. Some people also call them what's it called? Signifiers, signifying text. Like there are a lot of other names they call it. I wish I wish that my UI kit guy was here. He's really good with. He's really good with. Yes, she's my PA officially. On the button, you change inactive to disabled. Let me check what you're saying. On the button. Yes. The reason why I did not call primary button, the reason why I can't use disabled, sorry, who asked that question? Kingsley, is that you can't disable your, it is in very rare cases that you would disable your, what's it called? That you will disable the navigation items. They are just inactive. You have not tapped it, you have tapped it. Do you get my point? It is in very rare occasions. And when that happens, it makes a lot of sense. Oh, you have tapped it. You have, some people, thank you, some people call it alt text, signifying text, explainer text, caption text, meta copy. Okay, so let's go down. Let's now continue. I think we have done icons. We have done, okay, so let's do, we have done body. Let's now do secondary text, and we'll do text subdued or secondary text. You can use caption. Muniru, any name you like, use. I'm actually ask your question. We just need two more. Secondary text, secondary icon, and then we are good. Secondary body, secondary icon. I'm calling it secondary, or I'll call it explainer, not necessarily meta. No, it's not repetitive. Yeah, it's not. All of you should. Amarachi is not repetitive. I can use one color repeatedly in different places. Is what I'm switching context. Hold off. Let me take 2 steps back. What I call icon spot is what someone else will call system icon. Let me change the name so it becomes easy. Icon system icon. All your arrow back, arrow forward. Do you get my point when I'm talking about those arrow colors? So things like this. Can you see this? Look at this add new variable mode. Do you see it? Look at this close button. They are your system icons. You see they all carry the same color. So spot icons, system icons. Yes. Okay, now let's continue. Icon system. So yeah, I think I might not use it, but I think I need it. Explainer should be toned down a bit. Then explainer icon 2. Icon explainer. Though we may, what was the color? I'd like the color to be the same. I'm using an approach. I'm working backwards where I should have at least designed the screen to reflect this, which I'm going to do now. I want to quickly show you surface modal, surface primary, and why they are the same color, but they are not the same color on dark mode, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, something is not right. Are you all with me? We have a very small problem. I've been so used to, yes, we have a very small problem. I've been so used to, did someone say we are the problem or we have a problem? Yes. So I want to do the dark mode. I I have a paid account. No, so I have a paid account that I use for work. So I think I'm going to. I've come to. I wanted to switch to my other account, but man, I will have to import all of this, which I should be able to. Give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I have a paid account that I use. This one is for personal work. I have a paid account I use for work. Okay, so yes, let all the questions come in while I migrate. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just going to. I don't even need to publish it. Yeah. I would just gladly pay the money for a seat for a month, and then after this month, I'll stop paying. I think that works. Okay, so just give me a minute. Let me get my card, make the payment, and then we'll continue. I think that's far better that way than I am not a student. We have come too far for me to be moving things too far, and then I don't want us to do the same mistake we did yesterday. So another thing I'm also thinking is that uh, I might just, you know what, let me just add the other account as, let me move it to the other account as owner. I think that should work, I guess. If I add it to the other account as owner, it should work. Should it not? I don't know, but I will try. I think it should work. If I put my other account and then the other paid account. Let me see. I know if I ever meet you in person, we will fight. Oh, this girl don't. She has thrown enough jabs at me. Um, it should work. Hmm. Hopefully it works, sir. So let's. I'm hopeful it works, and if it doesn't, it's all good. I'll just pay it and then we'll continue. So we don't take time. We still have a lot of work to do. And I want to show you why some decisions don't make sense. Why it might make sense. Everybody should mark Florence. So by the way, if I see her outside, it's punch. She says, see how poor man picking the think, and I felt that you will be throwing jabs at people. This is why people don't take UI classes. You will use black designer will say, why are you using black? You will explain, they'll say no, 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 please. All right. So let me now see if I can make my other account the owner and sort of share. Just give me a minute. Let me see if I can make my other account the owner. Oh, I can. Oh, I can. It worked though. Ladies and gentlemen, it worked. So I think I don't have to pay for this other account. So we'll not need to take time. Someone just said, pay for that 1 month. I want to know who said it. Emmanuel. All right. I'm just marking people's faces. That's all. Someone that does not have tough skin should never try this. And then even if you try it, collect a lot of money. So it will balance up all the insult. Thank you, Morgan. I have saved 20. Truly, I have saved them. Okay, so let me now see. Just hold on. Let me be sure. Let me be sure we don't have any problem here. Now I have to move it inside a particular. I'm coming, please. Just hold on. They are saying I will have to do. Let me just do a soft. Let me open Figma and close it again so that it can acknowledge that I can move it now. Just hold on, please. Sorry for the delay. We will soon be back up and running. Figma is a bit slow. What is going on? All right, let me check. So I've duplicated it. Hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on track. So yeah, let me start sharing. So yeah, thank you all for the comment, for the insight. Sometimes we are better together when we listen to others, and I'm grateful I did not just go and blow up $20. so I don't slow everybody down. But yeah, thank you all for the insights. I'm grateful I listened to you all. All right, so let's continue. So we need to do the dark mode, but I will start going one by one so you to make sense. So it will make sense. I want to show you something. See, this is base white, but they can. So my point is that I'm not looking at the charts again. I'm just looking at you guys. My point is that there are some colors you can use on light mode for two things that cannot be the same colors on dark mode for accessibility sake. So let me start. So mode 2, we'll call this light. We'll call this dark. Stay with me. Surface primary, base white. For here, it will be what? Base black. I like pure black, dark mode. Primary, sorry, this is modal. This is meant to be alias. White. Surface modal cannot be black. Why did I say that? Surface modal, I would rather use gray. What's it called? Gray 950. But let me show you something now. So look at this. Look at this. Let me start dealing with actual design so you can see what I am saying. So, for example, look at this. We have not done spacing, are we? We're going to do our spacing now, but let's just continue. We say fill. What did we call our fill again? Surface primary. Then what? Let's do our modal. I actually have a modal that I should use. Let's just move fast. Overlay. Yes, these are the colors we should have done. We still have to do overlay color, but sorry. So let's call this overlay, and let's make it probably 50. It doesn't matter whatever color you want to give it. And then this should be our surface modal. Just tell me. Now, if I come here and say appearance dark, wait, what did I use as that background? Surface primary. Let me check our tokens. Oh, surface primary base black for dark mode. Surface modal. Now, let's just quickly add this. This is 16 Pro. This is 16 Pro. You thought mobile width was supposed to be 3. This is 16 Pro. Your mobile devs will work with percentages. You should stop like running with funny rules. Just take your phone frame and use your mobile devs, as long as they are professionals, know how to scale things down. Since they are working with variable axis. So if you say mobile width is 370, what happens to foldable phones that people are designing for? There are some rules. That's why I keep saying designers really like rules. I don't know why. But yeah, that's a whole different conversation. So can you see it now? This we have to, let me see what we can use for our, so now we are starting to show. Let me go to gray first. Hold on a minute. Gray 300. Then 50. Yes, this is good. Then gray 300 for this. Stay with me. This is light mode. Then dark mode. So this is how when you are struggling to know which colors to use. We will come back to views. Let's focus on this first. When you're struggling on which colors to use, start flip. When you do your basics in light mode and dark mode, start flipping the two to start testing your ideas. I don't like close button on modal, but that's me. I like when you use a drawer. You know, most drawer you see they have a handle, drawer handle, or modal handle that I'm saying modal, but drawer that you pull out a drawer from, and then or for bottom sheets, you pull out the bottom sheet, then you push it back in. Do you get my point? You pull out your bottom sheet, you push it back in. So I like drawer, but that's me. Some people use a close button. For other projects, I use a close button. But me personally, I like using drawers on my design. I'm saying me personally because I know my people. Someone will say, which rule is that? You would like rules? Most of the apps you see, let me know. So this is round 2. So you see it cannot. So this drawer handle is what? It has to be toned down. It's not the most prominent thing. Gray 300, it's too much. 200, great. So if I copy this and place here, we are now, this is how we sort of test things. Do you get my point? This is how you test things. Now you come here and say, oh, this cannot be gray 300. So what do you want to use? You cannot say probably gray 800. Or if you like, you can even use a spot color. Do you get my point? If you so desire, that's your prerogative. Yeah, I frankly care less for what you finally use for it. This is probably what I will use for it, but that is just me. So now for this handle, we will now say gray what? This also has to be toned down. Can you see it? We are using our primitive to decide what our tokens will look like. I don't know if that makes sense to you. I really hope it does. So now we have two things we have to go and I swear you are distracted. Which times allegedly? Let me take water, please. So you can see how our primitives is helping us determine our token. So we will call this, thank you. We will call this grabber. Is it our bottom sheet grabber or just grabber or handler, anyone you want to call it. And then you see what we did here. Gray 200, but on dark mode it is what? Gray 800. Do you get my point? Gray 200 here, but gray 800 here. Do you get my point? All right. Yes, you get my point. So we also have done what we will call overlay. 300 here, 850 here. So we'll just, this is what I mean when I say over time as we keep working, we will know exactly how things should look like. And then you don't have to, things don't have to be set in stone by default here. You can actually start designing now and be adjusting as you go, as long as you use your tokens. Just keep adjusting as you go. So you don't, this does not need to be perfect. before you start making more. So we'll say overlay. Overlay. So what's overlay color? What was the color we used here? Gray 300. What's the color we use here? Gray 850. You see, we are not, oh, sorry, let me zoom in, sorry. You see, if you notice, we are not typing colors. We are taking from our primitives now we are styling our primitives. Nothing here is entirely written as HSL or Xcode. We are styling the primitives we have used to now decide what they do. If anything we change here, it's not here we change it. Do you get my point? If any color we change, I'm not changing colors here. I'm going to go and change my colors in my primitives. Do you get my point? It is inside your primitives you will now go and change color if any color needs to change. So we have done overlay. Let's now do handle. So when you say handle, at least you have an idea of what it is doing. Handle. So here you say, sorry. Let me come back here and see it. So what's the two handle color size? 200 and what? And I think 800. Someone should remember, please. Gray 200, then gray 800. All right. We are not done, but let's start testing all the things we have. Let's charge this 1 billion at Kemi Design. Okay, I don't think that's fun. Okay, so yeah, we will now come here and say, oh, this should be handle. So when we do it like this and you come here and you turn it to dark mode. Sorry, overlay. This should also be overlay. Can you see it? So you are using one screen to test it as components, as copies. If you have to change anything on the copy, just go. Oh, this is what a smart way to say it. Thank you. And I think I saw an explanation from Kems too. And yes, those two are really, really solid. The confident designer. Yes. So instead of changing when you make copies of something, instead of changing it everywhere, you just go back to the original copy that you duplicated and change it, and then it affects everywhere you have made an alias out of it. That's such a smart way to put it, confident designer. Thank you. I didn't think of it in that way, but yes. And like Kem's design said, so she said, when you change a primitive, even every token connected to it updates, and because tokens are used all over your designs, one small change updates everything at once. Yes, the same thing with what this guy said, the confident designer. So what both of them are saying is solid. Once you change it somewhere, updates everywhere. That's why I'm saying that when you're dealing with a project of massive scale, this is something you can, especially when you're going to do web and you're going to do mobile, this is something you don't want to gamble with. It's not something you want to overlook or say or wing it. And that's why sometimes you can't judge someone's proficiency technically as a designer, technically, if you don't see them design, if you don't watch the person design. Why? Because I need to be sure that you can handle projects of massive scale. And that's why it is banter and nothing more than banter when they say, oh, all these things are too much restriction. It's good. If you say it's too much restriction, it is good for a small project. Once the project becomes large, this is not restriction, this is wisdom. Wow, Gilbert, solid. It makes easy to map the color. Are you getting this from ChatGPT? Because this is really nice. Gilbert Ume. Creating an alias makes it easy to map the colors to the UI in a non-destructive manner. I'll be using that. Just like components and delay, I'll be using that in my next explanation. It's actually up to you, because all you have to do is just go and change it somewhere, and then boom, you have it. So now we have this to look at: light mode and dark mode. For instances like this, we said we are now going to create components. But before we do that, I think we will have to end chat for everyone, and I'm not even joking. Yes, Christian, they help you scale better. They really help you scale fast, especially when you're dealing with a lot. They help you scale faster, actually. So yes, we have. Let me just show something very quickly. I just want to quickly test some of the things we have been mentioning. We have this icon system, don't we? Yes. Let's be sure it works well. Okay, yes. I needed that sharp. It came out well, so we are good. Primary button. We are just quickly testing some of the things we have done. That's all. Before we now come into typography, then components, then we'll meet in the afternoon. This is what you do. When you get used to this, it makes work relatively easy going forward. So this should be 15 semi-bold. Just hold on, please. I am coming. Height. Okay, so primary button text. Okay, we are good. I believe so. $15, yeah. No, again, there's not Precious. Precious. Nobody. Precious, can you hear me? Nobody. Precious. Oh, this start section is so distracting. One designer said you can't choose the font size of 15 in design. I said you are making it up. No, we are not. I'm just testing our colors. We are not designing yet. People should be calming down. We are not designing yet. We are just testing the colors we have done. That's all we are doing. And me, I don't even like close button on button sheets, by the way, except only when needed. I like it to mimic a drawer normally. Do you get my point? Yeah, so primary buttons, I'm just checking something. That's all I'm doing. We have not started with components. All we are doing is just testing our buttons. We not just buttons, we want to test some of the colors we have worked with. We have not even started components. So when we say dark mode, yes, so this has to flip to white. So we will come here and start arranging things. Let's just even start doing it accordingly now. So we'll get a sense of everything we have done. So we'll take a screen and just we are just going to ensure every of our micro foundations are intact. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. I'll do that exactly. I'll put a conditional view for all of it. So it makes it easy. But before I get there, I don't want to move so fast that we throw everybody off balance, except if they don't mind. Let me now come here and let me do what I do best. I move faster when all right. So let's start from we have done the base, we have done overlay, icon explainer, grade 600. We'll find out whether it is right. Grade 50, we may want to use. Okay, no, there's just some colors we'll still have to test before we are starting. Surface model, yes, we have done. Our button primary grade 900. Our button primary, when it flips to white, button primary active grade 850. You have to show me grade 50. Okay, button primary disabled 150. Third one, 800. We'll confirm all of these things. Button secondary 150. This should be around 850. We'll test it. Button danger, yes, this should work on both ends. White, black. Button primary test, yes, sits on white, yes. This will sit on black. Just button danger text, base white, base black. It should work. Spot 50. Yes, this is the part we have been waiting for. Spot 800. Spot 800. Now, let's check. Let's quickly confirm our spot so we don't gamble. This workflow is good when you're dealing with something that is incredibly heavy. Yes, I will categorize, don't worry. It's for me, I like seeing all my tokens as a stretch. But I know that there are some scales where I start dealing with things that are incredibly large. Nobody will tell me to start categorizing. Fill, highlight. Let me see. This works. I'm coming. I'm checking something. Yes, this works. This works. So yes, this works on light mode, I believe. Button reflects well. I am a dev. Oh yeah. So you see what I said, our colors have to work well on dark mode. You see that the blue, we don't need to touch it again. But like the blue on the 500 mode. Do you get my point? You see, we don't need to adjust this blue for dark mode, but we need to adjust this background. So this highlight blue, I'm coming for dark mode. Let me do this so I won't confuse myself. This is light mode. This should be blue. 850, while the blue on top should be highlight 50. I am taking you through where I have a whole file where I have this done initially. But the reason why I'm doing this is because except you have been working with this recurrently and you have muscle memory, this is all going to be new to you. So I'm letting you know the hard work you need to do initially. And then you start moving on faster from here. So I have a folder where I applied this naturally, but I'm doing this to ensure that we are all on the same page. So we'll say blue. What did I use now? 850. And then the primary button can be 50 blue. The primary text blue 150 or 200. Okay, so I think we are good. I think we are good. So we already know how they would appear on dark mode if we need it to. I believe this makes sense. We can all agree on this, can't we? So we'll just take that number and apply it on all the highlights, and we are good. Did anybody remember this numbering style? Because you will call it out for me. Uh, uh, wait. Did you all remember the numbering style? The style. It's been long. I did this manually by the way, so you will notice I'm a bit rusty. So yes, what did you use for this on dark mode? We used this blue 50, but here is blue 850. Am I correct? Yes, I am. So blue 50 on the dark mode is blue 850. Then spot 100, blue 100 on dark mode is what? We'll just, I will have to test some of these ones, but no, we are not dealing with, let's stick to our highlight first. 850. 500 is what? Still 500. Same thing will apply to pink, at least till further notice. 850, 500, red, 850. You see, we are not changing our red because they are the same on both. 850. Another approach I will have used is that I will have been doing all the design, then I'll be applying the tokens on it as I'm working and correcting the tokens. But that will be very confusing. I can do it because I can manage that chaos in my head, but that will be very confusing to people observing me. But so I won't do that. Just saying that my approach sometimes spots blue 200 now. So let's check all of our highlights now. Let's be sure we are correct. So let's do this. Take this out. Wait, so this is highlight blue 500. Let me try and convert this to dark mode. Okay, it works. But this primary button, highlight blue. No, we used blue 200. Here would have to be what blue 200 here, blue 500. So we'll have to change this. Just give me a minute. Spot 200, 500. Let me just confirm something because spot blue 200. Did we change the right thing? We are going to run some serious tests now, and then we'll see spot blue 50. Just give me a minute so I don't gamble anything. 200, 500. Now let me know what I'm changing so I don't confuse myself too. This can go. Okay, so this is highlight. This is highlight. Background highlight 50. So when people appreciate a design that they see, especially when you're having structure to work with, this is the best approach to go with it. We are both safer this way. But it takes some getting used to anyway. Or you must have seen the design end to end to not be able to design it from behind. Okay, so we will probably start designing and then start adjusting along the way. So we won't take long. You people said this about this thing yesterday too now. You said design wasn't easy yesterday when you saw Illustrator, when you saw me working on illustration. And now you're saying the same thing when you saw me working on. The good thing on Figma is that there's a lot of plugins. Yes, we passed the yellow test. The yellow is not entirely bad, is it? This was the part I was weary of the most. The yellow is not entirely bad, is it? No, it's not. The yellow is not entirely bad, is it? Now, if I post this, you probably would like it. But the litmus test is here. Let's be sure we have not designed Egusi. Ladies and gentlemen, I still feel an issue with the dark mode. The dark mode color text. I mean, there are designers who use it like this, but this is not looking too good. So let's see what can we do on this dark mode to improve this color. So the dark mode is still not there. If you get me, So let's look for our blue and say 300. Pink 300. Let's make it lighter. Red 300. Purple. So you see now that we are constraining ourselves to the stuff we are done. To the yellow 300. Okay. Which one looks easier on your right? The left or the right? Even this is still looking so. I'm coming, just hold on. So what I would do, funny thing is that these are lighter or brighter. Let me try something. Red. Okay, this is easier on the eye. Pink. So this is how you test it sometimes. So you don't just insist. I don't know if you get my point. You don't insist that because it's a certain way, that's how it must always be. Let me see. So my 2 cents is that sometimes your colors might not necessarily be mapped accurately with your 50, 100 and stuff. The goal is that it must be readable at such a small scale. At the small scale, it must be really. Some people use this, so by the way, I mean, I've seen a lot of designs where they use this, and you can tell, just like we all can tell, that some things just are very, very shouty. They are not meant to be shouty. Okay, so we can agree this is better. Yes, it doesn't stop it from tweaking when it be. So you will always tweak. You will always tweak your colors. We have 30 more minutes to go. What will happen is that I'll probably. What if we make back for the background buttons darker? I don't get. Do you mean on dark mode? So let's check this. Okay, no, if you change this to light mode, it would. So we'll take this now. This looks great in light mode, but this is how we want the dark mode to look like. We'll balance it now. That's the thing about yellow. Yellow is such a difficult color. Plus, this cannot be too bright. It's on dark mode. Let me see if I can. Yellow. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. All right, so I think we are getting close to blue. Can we see the light mode of frame 2? No, you can't. Because I have altered the color. I have altered the color, so you would see a difficult. The color you are going to be looking at is going to be fairly difficult. I don't know if you get my point. So if I do this now, this looks better on the eye. If I do this now, if I do this on light mode, you see, it's because we have altered the color from the variable. So we need to now go, this is what it should look like on light mode. So we already have this locked down on light mode. We now need to map these colors to it on dark mode. Try yellow 200 on light mode. Okay. This is yellow 400. Is this what you are saying? The difference is almost imperceptible, Fanny. 200. I mean, 200 is great. It's almost imperceptible. But yeah. I have an already established token pack that I use, but it's for office work and other works that I'm ready. So, but because it's a new work, we'll be doing a lot of testing. And and it was very imperative that I show you this, that you don't just create tokens and map them and then say your work is done. You will create your token, you will test, so that by the time you start working, even while we start working, there are still some tokens we will adjust, definitely. You don't, that's why I say some people are so technically inclined, they forget that the most important appraisal and approval of your work is your eye. It's the eye that will decide whether what you're looking at is right or wrong. Yellow is generally not easy on the eye, my guy. It's not. I hope this is better. Yellow generally is not easy on the eye. But know that the brighter this color is, the more this too needs to be bright. Oh, okay. You mean here? It's too light. Can you see it? So this needs to be 500. If in fact 600 if I can. Some people even use 600, by the way. So my point is that we will keep adjusting as we go. Keep adjusting as we go. We have spent 2 hours 39 minutes. By the time you come back, I'll be done with all the tokens, including the spacing. So we'll just dive right straight into the design. All right. So any questions now? Let me see, please. We have 20. Our secondary text, by the way, is going to be guessed. So primary text is going to be Francis. Secondary is going to be guessed. On brand, on design, on our design, display is going to be display too is still going to be guessed. We are just engaged throughout. I don't like mixing. So I don't know whether this is inter or not. I'm just going to defer to guessed. This is inter, but I'll use guessed all through. So I'm just putting it up, and by the time you come back, I'll have done the. I want to see, please. By the time you come back, I'll have done the typography, so I don't take too much time. We would go straight into typography when we come back. That's by the next meeting time is 3 o'clock. So that one is going to be a stretch. I'm using I can give everyone access to this file. I'm using Mincute icon pack. Mincute, I really love them. I love them and Lucy, but I prefer Mincute. I really love the playful feel of it. So I'm going to adjust this because these are really very key. Just these ones, they are really key in the design we are going to do. Do the overlay. The only thing we are going to do when we come back is just buttons. After we're done with buttons, we fire up and we start. We'll be doing components as we are designing, so we don't take long on just this. The goal was just to show this earlier on. So yes, the next meeting is going to be really longer. That's when we actually start designing. Like all of this is to do the background work of our design. And then, like you have rightly suggested, I'm also going to group all our, in fact, let me start doing it now. I'm going to group all our variables. So this will be all highlights will stay in highlights. We'll call this highlights. We'll call this button. So where's our button? Primary active button, text, everything that has to do with the buttons. btn. I hope I did not. Okay, yeah. So take button. Yeah. So yes. Any questions before we have 18 minutes to get any question from anybody? Is the icon pack free? Yes, it is. It's probably my best so far. It's my best icon pack. Let me be careful with best because a month from now I might change it. Okay, so yes, for yesterday's, if you check, I'm now going to apply the colors. The reason why I did not go further, yes, if you check this now, for the, I have done, can you tell me what this means if you look at it? Can you, for the min cute, you don't even need the pro. Please buy the pro if you can, but for most of the things you need it for, the normal version is enough. When you look at this icon, what does it signify? When you look at this sports illustration, what do you think you are looking at? Two people. We gave a list. Now, for context, the reason why I have not applied colors here is that all the colors we just did now are what I'm now going to use to color our assets, to keep it brand aligned. Does that make sense? That's why I didn't put colors here. Now I'm going to move it inside. People should please. Okay. Let's move on. So, does anyone remember the list of things we mentioned yesterday? Group. Thank you. Group. Okay, so that's group. Okay. Group. Yes. Group. Let me read it out. Let me just read this out and then we'll all go and rest in the next 15 minutes. Are you all listening? Yes, phone call. Kem. At this point, I will officially make Kem's PO. She's really paying attention and giving a lot of value. So phone call, paper suitcase. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take that because people have been insulting me and throwing jabs this morning. So if someone say illustrations are amazing, yes, they are. Thank you. I'm going to take that. So this is for group. This shows you are in an exclusive community. So generally, for your Sam helped me with this list, by the way. Shout out to him. But generally for your what's it called? For your CV, these are the sections that are there. Your header contact information. Please just listen. Professional summary or career objective, work experience. So which icon fits work experience here? Which icon fits work experience here? Which icon fits work experience? Bag. Thank you. I just needed one person to respond. So education, which icon fits education here? Cap. Thank you. So the cap illustration, I need it to feel hand in glove. Okay. Then which one? Yes, this is what fits education. Let's this. Okay, so which one fits skills? Which one fits skills? Spanner. Thank you. So The hammer, the spanner, the sort of field, yes, skills. Then certification and courses, which one fits it? Certification and courses. Thank you. Certification and courses. Yes, this fits it. Then projects and research. Project and research, which one fits it? Scroll and magnify, at least close to 4 people. Show scroll and magnify. Okay. Volunteer experience. Which one fits the volunteer experience? Volunteer experience. Which one fits volunteer experience? Okay, yes. Achievement and awards. Which one fits achievement and awards? Achievement and awards. World Cup. FIFA World Cup. You will just know some people like football. I hope. Okay, yes. Achievement and awards. Which one fits languages? Which one fits languages? Yeah, yeah. All right. All right. Thank you very much. Finally, which one fits professional membership? At least the thing is, some things, which one fits professional membership? Professional membership. Did someone just say APC? Professional membership. Amarachi has just been saying tennis or baseball since everything tennis or baseball, tennis or baseball. Professional membership. Suitcase care. High five. Oladele, professional membership. Some people are saying this one ganga, and I'm saying Ken said this one ganga, and I'm professional membership. Users and medals. Okay, and then finally, um, there's just one. Well, the thing is that The thing is, and then we just have hobbies. Hobbies, we can always come. I will do the tennis ball for hobbies, and then the tennis ball, and then probably rackets for hobbies, and then we are done. So what we are going to do in the next session is we'll design the screen to start our UI design. Then later on, we'll now add colors and then start using this strategically in the designs as our spot illustration. You know, the primary work of the app is just we have 6 more minutes to go. Arrow and flag for milestone, absolutely on spot on. Yes, yes. Arrow and flag for milestone for milestone. Actually, yes, that's what this is doing. Is yes, arrow and flag is for milestone. So we have sort of looked at. Are you with me? We have sort of looked at. So now that I've done all of this, I will import them into Figma and add color in Figma to them. So we have looked at. I have. Can we design the typography system together? Yes, but every time I say we are going on a break, I also need to go on a break. It's not just so people can rest. It's because I also want to rest. Okay, for the space tokens, this is it. Let me just do it. You know what? I wanted to say if some people should wait, some people should leave, but I will not be fair. So I've done surface, buttons, highlights. Then let me do icons. Let me just use that 6 minutes to do icons and surface, icon. Then text. I'll put overlay too. No, handle. I'll consider it. Then highlight spot. We'll leave spot alone. We'll leave then text. And just say typography. Doesn't matter, whatever I want to call it. So yeah, that way we have broken them into sections. Icons, typography, highlights, buttons. We'll still add to them, by the way. We'll still add to them. So we'll now come now and say, create new variable number. Okay, what did I just do there? Sorry. Yeah, okay. All of these ones don't have spot. I'm coming spot overlay. Let me take this out first. I will just do. Some of you are saying medal and paper. We have gone past it to medal and paper. Okay. Medal and paper. Now, I don't know why some people are saying, Zinga, you send medal and paper. The flag, okay. The lag must be crazy. The lag must be really crazy. So some of you, I'm really far. This is what the future must look like. I'm really far ahead of some of you. I figure what it means being in the future. What do you mean? What do you mean the flag? 11:57, you are telling me flag. God knows whatever you are hearing, but there is no pride in using glue, I promise you. So yeah, let's the lag must be crazy, man. Okay, so yeah, we'll come here and then do we'll still increase our spot, but let me just do we'll call this spot and overlay all, and then so I can now do. So watch me as I do this now, please. Man. I am literally in the future for some people because How can it just the dissonance is crazy. I'm seeing someone say flag 857 flag. Okay, all right. So let me just do this now. I will just do the just borrow me 5 more minutes before we all go on the break. Let me do the spacing so it will make sense. So create variable and then number. So I do a very simple rule where I number my spacing, I match it 1-to-1 with the actual spacing value. I do that so I don't, for my own sake, so I don't get distracted. So I'll just say, so let me say space. I do that. I don't do space small, medium, large, extra large. I don't do that. I just match it with the exact name, but that's for me. That's not necessarily a rule. I'm just saying it down now. But that's how I approach it. For me, you see space. So I match it side by side with the exact space inside. I don't confuse myself. So I come here and I say 0, 0. So I'm going to do spacing and radius. And then by the time you come back, I will have completed all the colors. I will have completed all the typography. And then we'll just head straight into the design. So that 4 hours can be very, very productive for the both of us. Like we are just designing UIs. I probably would have done the I probably would have done the distance too by that time. I will have colored the illustrations. Come again, do space. Oh, I should put a slash in front so automatically a group is created. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think that works. Let me do that. Space. Thank you. Who was the person who gave me that side? Tolu. Who is that person? Tolu Topsy. Thank you very much. We will take a break now. We are taking a break now, but I want to. Someone specifically said they want to see me do spacing here on the call. Do you? If you say we should do typography, we'll go. Ah, God. Tolu, what's your name? Ah, God, I just lost the track of the person I wanted to publicly appreciate now. Tolu, what? If I say we'll do when we come back, we'll just take time. I should have actually done this once so that I will not have to be doing it manually like this. But I'm intentionally doing it manually like this. Tolu Topsy, thank you very much. I'm doing it manually like this. I'll create muscle memory for it. I'll just put a slash. So I'll not have to be grouping it as a whole. So just bear with me. This is for my own self. It's for my muscle memory. Just come into space. We are going to do radius too, by the way. So space. The next number we have is 2. 2. Some people will do small. Some people even name it. By the way, me I don't. I don't. I like to. I do a lot of numbering, so it just makes things incredibly easy for me. 4, 8. Then except if you people want me to do typography in your presence, they will probably have to start earlier. I'm just saying. We have to start earlier. 12. So I don't even know why I'm doing this double work. I can just delete this and then duplicate it rather than having to do this manually. But yeah. So if you want us to work on the typographic together, we can all meet. Should we all agree to meet an hour earlier? If that works, so we'll all work on the typography together. So that way we will stay long this time. Like I mean, the next meeting we're going to have, get your data, get yourself set. It's going to be a stretch, and I'll drink enough water and eat. I don't know what I'm doing, but let me just continue. It's drudgery. It's proper drudgery actually. The next thing after 12 is what do we have here? 14, 16, 20. Ha. No, Wala. We'll come back and correct it. I just knew that something odd was about to happen now. I just knew it. That once you delete it, it's gone because it is attached. So we'll come back an hour earlier, and then I said some of you are actually using glue, not capping. And you should change it. Banter aside, you should. So 8. This is going to be 12. Okay, so now that I've done space, next thing we are going to be doing is let me be sure I did not omit anything. 12, 14, 16, 20, 24, 32, 44. So next thing I'll be doing now is radius. For this one, we can do small, large, extra large, so we can do small, medium, large, extra large, max. All right, so for this one, for the max, it will just be 64. Nothing goes past it. For Excel, 20, no, on a very small scale. Containers. I'm thinking of containers. Sorry, I'm thinking of containers. We are dropping off now. Don't worry. I'm thinking of containers, and then containers that will carry larger content. They have to. We'll still have to do this later. Let me just say 24. We still have to manually adjust this. 24, because there will be nested radius, nested radius inside container, small me. So 24, 16, when we start designing, we will likely change this. I'm just saying, based on how our designs turn out. So they are not, we always tweak it. So we have done radius, spacing, and radius. Icons, we have it. Typography, we have it. Highlights, we have it. Spots and overlay, we have it. We will keep adding as the case demand. Then surface, we have it. All right. One more thing. We're meant to do foreground. You will come to understand what this is later. This is meant to be something just a bit above white. Grade 50. This is why I love grade 900 or grade 850. We are going to find out when it's time. So yes, I use 4 for mobile, not 8. 4, because it's mobile. 4, I don't go past 4. We'll see the grid system too. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think with these few points of mine, I think we can call it a day. So we are resuming by 2, not 3. We are all agreeing to resume by 2. Can you see the spacing? Yes, this is the spacing. Some people use container spacer. I'm just saying some people's naming convention. They will say spacing large, spacing extra large, spacing for pagination, container spacing for content, spacing for inner content spacing. I can't deal with such naming conventions. So for me, I just do this. So yeah, I can share the file link. We are getting the Figma. Yes, it's community work. We are all, by the time I'm done with this project, we are all going to be acknowledged. Every one of us. If you want, would you scope them? What do you mean, Kensley? We are 11 minutes past our time. Would you scope them? What do you mean by would I scope them? Will you scope? Oh, yes, I will. Yes, I will. In the absence of any questions, we will meet by 2 p.m. I'm starting with typography. And immediately I'm done with typography, I would have done, I'm just giving it up, the coloring for the assets. I will have completed all the assets we are working with. And then we are going to meet by 2 p.m. Please, if you are using Glue, go and get MTN SIM. Go and get, ensure your laptop is charged because it's going to be a stretch. This is the real UI we are about to start because we are mapping everything into the space. And please, you can also read up for the ask questions. Ask Kem, ask Competent Designer, ask everybody who has been very active here. Ask them on the group chat. Ask, I know, she may have a bad mouth, but ask her to. Ask everybody in the Discord, things we did, you don't understand, you don't get, it's still not clear. Ask them in the Discord. They will be more than glad to explain to you. They lighten my body. All right, thank you all very much. I'll see you by 2 p.m. today. Take care, everyone.